pretty ladies waving from the dock. Heave away.
So we are here with Rodney Hicks, and you were in the original Broadway cast of Rent.
Yes, I was.
And then you were asked to be in the final cast of Rent when it closed.
I actually auditioned.
You did?
Yeah.
And then you were also in the Scottsboro Boys, which had a short run.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
And then you were also in Jesus Christ Superstar on Broadway. And right now you are in Come From Away, which is at the Seattle Repertory Center in Seattle. Through December 20th, I believe, correct? Yes. And then your TV credits, you've been in Grimm, Leverage, Hope and Faith, Student Affairs, NYPD Blue, and Law and Order, Criminal Intent. What is it like being in Come From Away and creating a new character?
Oh, yeah, it's just amazing. Come From Away is so many things wonderful. It's an extraordinary piece of theater, and I just feel incredibly blessed to be a part of something so extraordinary with so many extraordinary people who are all working at the top of their game. And it's just brilliant to do each night with them. And it's great to call them friends, too.
Yeah. What is it like getting to work with the wonderful Jen Colella?
Oh, I love Jen. I love Jen. Jen is not only an extraordinary actor, singer, she has become one of my dearest friends. Working with her is just beyond. You know, every day I get to sit and listen to her soar on this amazing song called Me in the Sky, and that she just kills. She annihilates the song. And I look forward to many more people hearing her just be brilliant. And we have like a couple of scenes together, just her and I, that it's a little juicy. It's fun.
So how did you get involved with Come From Away? Like, where did you hear about it? And
Oh, well, Come From Away, I was asked to be a part of the show for the original lab production about a little over a year ago. And that's how it started. They didn't know what role I was going to play at the time. And got the script, I think, the night before. And they said, Bob, and we'll see what happens after that. Because in Come From Away, it's 12 of us. And we all play multiple characters. We have our principal track, and then we play all these other people. And it just kind of went from there, and we just started building. And I was asked to stay on and be a part of the La Jolla production and the Seattle Rep production. And I'm just beyond thrilled to be in the family.
Let's hope it gets bigger and goes to Broadway, because that'll be very exciting. You got to work with Jonathan Larson in Rent. What was it like to get to work with him, and what is it like getting to say that you were in such an iconic show?
Well, you know, it's funny. I worked with John, before Rent as well, previously in February of 1995, and on the show Blocks. And that's where I met and worked first with Anthony Rapp and Yasmin Ehlers, who was the original swing in Rent on Broadway. And John, you know, became a friend, you know, to not just to me, but to all of us. And it was an extraordinary experience, and I still miss him dearly every day. And, you know, our Rent experience originally, there's a lot to it. It's a loaded question, really. Because, you know, you can say how exciting the whole experience was, but then, you know, when he passed, we were in mourning. So it's a catch-22, really, you know. But my joy of it all was coming back and able to have all of that experience of opening the show, but then letting go of John's passing that was weighing so heavily on me, and I'm sure everyone else in the cast, and I could just be in the show, you know, and be present in that. So
Do you have any traditions that you do on opening night or before the show?
Traditions that I do on opening night. I love giving opening night cards. I love giving opening night cards. Before the show, I usually find some time to meditate, whether that's at the theater or before I come in. And that's recent. That's been this year, really. But yeah, I guess a tradition is just for Come From Away. We just put our hands together and we just you are here, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just been a beautiful thing to look forward to.
What got you into theater?
Oh gosh, not to have a long-winded question to make it short. I've been wanting I've been wanting to be an actor, an artist since I was 7 years old. There was just no question about it. Anyone who knows me knows that as fact. That's all I ever wanted to do. I was that kid that was in the library uh, listening to cast albums when they were actually real albums
Mm-hmm.
and writing. I didn't go to New York to see them. So what I did was I would write and create what I thought the book was and then listen to the album and just imagine from the pictures. And I was just that kid. I was a total theater geek and television geek as well. I would sit and memorize television shows also. So yeah.
Who were your idols growing up, and what is it like getting to do what you saw them do now?
Wow. I had many idols growing up. The one I could say was definitely Ben Vereen. Ben Vereen is just someone, it's still to this day, that I just admired. It's not that I wanted to be him, I just wanted to work, work so that I could understand the facility the way he did, you know, the craft the way he did. And because what he did to me as an artist, he disappeared every time he was in a role.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just absolutely thrilling. Courtney Vance is another idol of mine. I got to work with Courtney on Criminal Intent, and just it was a pleasure. And I got to meet Ben, Mr. Vereen, at Come From Away, actually. And it was just an electrically charged encounter. It was awesome, you know. And so that was like bucket list done, you know. And he said some amazing things about my performance, so that wasn't too shabby either.
Do you have any advice for future theater actors?
Yes. Uh, don't stop. Keep going, but also listen. You know, not just to advice or to others. You know, but listen to yourself. Listen with your whole self. You know, if this is something that you want to do, you can't do it alone. You know, and a lot of times, a lot of young artists, aspiring actors, they have this tenacious spirit that is so determined and so full of, I'm going to do this, that they tend to block everything else out. And what happens is you lose a sense of reality of what's really going on. And as opposed to just going, okay, let me sit tight for a second. I'm, however old I am, like 12 or 14 or 16 or 17, I say focus on that. Focus on being where you are in that moment and working, learning and learning as much as you can, because you're only going to be 16 or 12 once. You know, because if I had a chance to do it all over again, I guess I wouldn't. But I really spent my whole childhood listening to theater, you know, and like just wanting to be on Broadway as opposed to enjoying my childhood, my time to like be a child. But at the same time, you know, I'm a geek. So, you know, if you are that tenacious, than just be that, let your freak flag fly. You know, but always be gracious. Always be gracious and humble. And you can learn that at an early age. And seek advice. And always say thank you. That's, I think, the biggest advice is say thank you. Yeah. And ask questions.
That too. Can you tell me about your business, The Present Moment Actor Studio?
Yes, my former business, actually, I had to fold it. It was amazing. It was amazing. It just took over my life. You know, I opened it when I was at a point in my career where I thought, you know, I think I'm just going to teach. And I'm just going to be a college professor. I was a college professor at Portland State University, and then just run my business. That's what I thought I was going to do. And life just didn't have that in the cards for me right now to do that full time. I moved to the Pacific Northwest 4 years ago, got married, have 2 dogs, bought a home, and now, you know, the Present Moment Actor Studio basically ran my life. And it was. And now that I started back with Come From Away and got back into the industry and going back to New York in January to pursue further professional pursuits, I had to go, okay, which one? And my artist career kind of ruled out. And it's like I'll have so much more time to resurrect the Present Moment Actor Studio. Yeah.
Are there any shows in the 2015-2016 season on Broadway or off Broadway that you would like to see?
Oh my gosh, yeah, absolutely. All of them. I mean, because of the shows, right, and their content, but also I have so many amazing friends that are starring in these shows right now that I can't stand it. I'm like, I'm back to being that theater geek kid, you know? So to name the shows, okay, Hamilton, let's just, right? I know I'm gonna have to see that at least more than 4 times. Just saying. I am Allegiance, you know, to see my buddy Telly, Rocket, you know, and with Hamilton, you know, seeing Leslie Odom and Chris Jackson and Renee and Lynn, and Ephraim, just everybody, you know, just kill it. The Color Purple, you know, seeing Isaiah and Kyle and just Patrice, that is going to be extraordinary. And Shuffle Along, I am so excited about that as well. So, yeah, can you tell I'm excited?
Yeah. That's basically everyone right now. I just want to go see them all.
Yeah, I am going to see them all. And I'm just with bells on. And I cannot wait to support everyone off of Facebook, because for 4 years, it's only been Facebook support. You know, because of where I live, and now I'm so excited to get to actually be in New York and actually sit in the audience and just be like a little girl, just.
So you mentioned that you want to go see Hamilton.
Oh, I'm going to see Hamilton. Not one.
You're going to. Have you? Oh, yeah. You've heard the cast album?
Oh, of course.
Yes.
Absolutely. It's amazing.
Is there a line that is your favorite?
Yes, I have several, but since this is the last question, it's perfect to sum it up. I'm not throwing away my shot. And I can leave it right there. It's a personal thing, professional thing, and when I heard that lyric, spat so extraordinarily by Lynn, I kept rewinding it, and and I'm not going to throw away my shot. So I am so looking forward to being back in New York with a new lease on life and ready to be open for anything.
Thank you for doing the interview with us, and I will post all of your social media down below in the little box. So make sure you follow him on Twitter and everything. And I hope to see you on the Broadway stage soon.
That would be awesome. I will see you soon, Claire.